Brought to you through the regional support of First 5 Fresno County, First 5 Tulare County, and First 5 Madera County. Because it's all about the kids.
Methamphetamine use is a huge problem in our San Joaquin Valley. And as Claudia Solis-Acala explains, it's compounded by the fact that this is one of the top locations to manufacture the drug in the nation.
Bob Pennell is the commander of the Fresno Meth Task Force. It consists of 23 agents from 8 different law enforcement agencies. Their job is to stop the manufacturing, trafficking, and distribution of methamphetamine in the valley.
We've had children as young as 6 months old that have tested positive for meth because they were in the home where meth was being manufactured, and because it becomes airborne, it can travel through the vents. You can be cooking in the garage, but it can end up in your child's bedroom.
The task force works with Child Protective Services in Fresno County. Social workers are called to meth labs when children are found inside. We spoke with one of those social workers, but because of the nature of this business, he does not want to be identified.
Well, when I arrived to the meth lab, to the site of the meth lab, the kids will have to go through like a dry decontamination first, which is basically they get their clothes taken away from them and they put on paper clothes.
And this is not a rare occurrence. The San Joaquin Valley is one of the nation's hotspots when it comes to making meth.
And that would be large scale, where we have industrial-sized laboratories which manufacture meth for distribution all over the country.
The Central Valley attracts drug manufacturers largely because farms and ranches provide a good facade for their illegal business.
One thing about manufacturing methamphetamine is that you want seclusion. You want to be able to manufacture out in Orange Cove in the basement of a house at 3 in the morning and not have to worry about law enforcement.
Why take the risk of manufacturing meth? It's a big moneymaker.
You know, that right there is close to $500,000, $1 million cook right there. They're going to get 60 to 80 pounds out of there. They're going to cut it one time. So they might end up with 120 pounds out of this lab. 120 pounds at $22,000 a pound. So you can see there's a little money to be made there.
But it is the children who pay a heavier price for the drugs.
I'll transport them over to Children's Hospital where they'll go through like a full decontamination, where they'll test their blood levels for any chemicals that are involved in the manufacturing of methamphetamine, along with the actual meth itself.
It is a virtual roller coaster ride as the children are taken away from their families. But in some cases, the child is so numb, there is no reaction.
I mean, they can be affected in so many different levels. I've seen kids, they know what's going on. They really don't care about like their parents too much. They'll go and wave as they're walking out of the house and they see their parents handcuffed.
If you think meth doesn't affect you and your family, think again. The toxic waste from a meth cook has to go somewhere.
We've actually sat on surveillance and watched individuals cooking in a barn, and they would walk out to the irrigation ditch with a big garbage can and pour acid and pour waste into the irrigation canal. And this is the same canal we're watching them irrigate crops down the road.
Commander Pennell says meth also contributes to domestic violence and crime in our communities.
And we get a lot of tip from women because they're scared to death for the children.
Of course, Commander Pennell encourages anyone who may know of a lab to contact your local authorities.
Brought to you through the regional support of First 5 Fresno County, First 5 Tulare County, and First 5 Madera County. Because it's all about the kids.